Indigenous cultures in Costa Rica have changed over time, just like every other culture. However, cultural change does not necessarily mean cultural disappearance. Indigenous communities continue to adapt to new circumstances while maintaining traditions, languages, knowledge, and forms of artistic expression. One example is the relationship between traditional crafts and the modern economy. Indigenous artisans may produce traditional objects using techniques learned from previous generations, but they can also sell these objects to people outside their communities. This can create economic opportunities while allowing cultural practices to continue. Tourism can also have both positive and negative effects. Visitors may become interested in indigenous history, crafts, food, and traditions. Responsible tourism can provide income and create opportunities for communities to share their culture. However, tourism can become problematic if visitors treat cultural traditions as simple entertainment or if communities lose control over how their cultural knowledge is presented. Technology presents another interesting situation. Young indigenous people can use social media, websites, photography, and video to share information about their communities. Technology can therefore become a tool for cultural preservation rather than simply a threat to traditional practices. At the same time, communities may face pressure from outside influences. Dominant languages, economic changes, migration, environmental problems, and limited access to certain services can affect traditional ways of life. These challenges do not affect every community in exactly the same way. The preservation of indigenous culture is therefore not about freezing a community in the past. Cultures are living systems that naturally change. The important question is whether indigenous peoples have the opportunity to decide how their culture develops and how their traditions are transmitted to future generations. Schools can contribute to this process. When students learn about indigenous peoples from reliable sources and understand their contributions to Costa Rican society, they can develop greater respect for cultural diversity. Indigenous students can also benefit when education recognizes their languages, histories, and cultural perspectives. Ultimately, cultural preservation involves participation and respect. Indigenous communities should have an active role in decisions concerning their territories, cultural heritage, education, and representation. Preserving culture is not simply the responsibility of indigenous people, it is also a responsibility shared by the broader society.